you are. Konnichiwa, Stigma Smashers. I was just practicing pushing a sumo wrestler because guess what? I did that in Japan. It was so cool. And this was called the Sumo Experience. And I'm gonna link it in the description so you can go to their website and find out all about this experience. Why did my partner and I go to the Sumo Experience? Well, he wrestled in high school and he thought it would be cool to see. And I am such a lover of culture. I want to learn about the local culture when I travel. And sumo is the Japanese national sport. It is a big deal over there. So we wanted to find some way to experience sumo wrestling. This was a really cool way to do it. It is set up for tourists, but it seems to be Japanese owned, and what I really enjoyed about the experience is that they're giving jobs to retired sumo wrestlers. They are now cooking the food at the experience and performing for all the tourists. Let me know, do you like sumo wrestling? Have you ever watched it like at the Olympics? Let me know in the comments. So let's get into it. The sumo experience that we attended was in Tokyo. There are many different ones in the city. We just did one that was very well reviewed. The way that it's set up, it's kind of like a dinner theater. You go and you're seated around a ring where all the action happens. We were seated at a table with another couple who we talked to a little bit. Your dinner was included with the experience, and the style of food is called chanko. Chanko hot pot is a style of food that is eaten by sumo wrestlers. So you're eating like them, you're watching them, you're learning about it. It was very cool. It has 3 different parts. So first, you're learning about sumo. You're learning some history, some background, some of the rules.
3, 2, 1. So in the past, when sumo was more a religious ceremony, the stomping was the ritual of calming down the evil spirits in the ground. He gets his center of balance low, up, and moves forward, keeping his feet touching the ground.
And then the sumo wrestlers that are demonstrating actually do 3 matches together. And we had 2 really cool sumo wrestlers. One of them was so funny. So they are doing the matches right in front of us, and they were over really quick. I was impressed like how quickly they happened. And then the participation moment starts, or the participation section, where anyone who wants to challenge one of those 2 retired professional sumo wrestlers gets to. So first of all, I'll be honest, I was a little bit scared about going up there in front of everyone and challenging a sumo wrestler. So the first thing was I was like, how are they gonna get to have time for every single tourist here who wants to do this? Like, no. They're not gonna get to everyone. But then I saw that they were actually just running it really well. They were putting people in the outfits, because yes, you are wearing a sumo suit. You get the option of putting on like a rubber hat that has a top knot on it so you can have your hair like that too. They were doing that so quick. People were going out, they were having fun, and it really did look like fun. So once I saw that was fun, I said, I'm gonna regret it if I don't get in line right now. So I decided to get in the end of the line. Take a chance. So when it was my turn, I took off my shoes, I put on the suit, and I don't know why my suit had there's a name for the belt, okay? I don't remember right now, but it was hanging off. It was like hanging off the suit. It was really hilarious seeing it on me. I got the sumo wrestler I wanted. I wanted the shorter guy, the really funny guy, and I don't know why I thought I was gonna be able to push him a little bit. Watching the video now, and I'm like, okay, I thought in my head, he went really easy on me. What I see is that I'm pushing him, they say go, I'm pushing, and all he did was step to the side. He just shifted his weight, stepped to the side, and I was still pushing, but I don't think I was like really angry enough or like trying to be super aggressive. When I used to do martial arts, like I would tap into a fierce energy, a lot of power. I was just like laughing so hard inside my head, like what does this look like? I'm in this sumo suit pushing him. But eventually he did let me win. But that's what they were doing. Like some people, they let them win, and then other people, they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna win this time. And I took some pictures with the sumo wrestlers. Everyone got to take pictures. They were so nice and welcoming. Everyone who worked there was super nice. I asked the sumo wrestler that I fought, hey, are there any blind sumo wrestlers? And he told me about a famous blind sumo wrestler. He still holds the record now for the longest winning streak in all of sumo wrestling history. And to be clear, he was blind in one eye. That was really incredible to learn. And part of this history is that he did not tell anyone about his vision disability until after he retired. That's a common story for us people, us disabled people hiding our disabilities, but he's one of the legends of sumo. Futabayama Sadachi. So cool to learn about that history. Now let's talk about the accessibility of the experience. I did contact them ahead of time and I had 2 requests to talk about: my disabilities, hearing and visual, and also that I'm vegetarian. So I asked for a vegetarian meal, which they do request that you do in advance. The food that I ate, it was pretty similar to everyone else's dishes. It was still chanko in the hot pot, but it didn't have a ton of flavor. So my advice to you is don't expect that this will be your best meal in Japan. I had better meals, but I was still so happy with the experience because it was so unique and I was there to learn about the sumo wrestling, not to eat a great meal. The other thing with the accessibility request, I was trying to ask them, could I have a transcript, or was there some way to get the information in a written way instead of just auditory? Because I didn't know how they were going to be educating us on sumo, where the speaker was going to be. And while I was able to see really well into the ring, the person who was giving us information moved from the ring to the side of the ring. They stepped out of the ring. And when they changed position, I could not read their lips well. Plus there was like an accent or the audio, like the acoustics. So I know that I missed information and that does bother me, but I decided that I still wanted to have this experience even though it might be a little bit inaccessible. So I never want to paint a picture that everything's perfect and that everything's accessible when I'm doing these travel experiences. I want to give you an honest, realistic look at it, and then you decide if you want to deal with it or not deal with it. And any approach that you have, you just do what's right for you. You don't have to do it the way I did it. So I was able to definitely experience the demonstrations, the crowd reactions, the laughter. Oh, because we were laughing so much when everyone in the audience was challenging the sumo wrestlers. That was really, really funny. It's a unique experience. It's one way to learn more about sumo wrestling in a fun way. And another way you can check out if you're in Japan is if a sumo tournament is actually happening when you are in the country, but they only happen at specific time periods and specific places, so it didn't match up to our dates. Would you do a sumo experience in Japan? Let me know in the comments. What other questions do you have? What else do you want to know about the experience? I am here to answer all of your questions. Like and subscribe for more accessible travel content. And remember, we have so much more content coming your way from our month in Japan. So, Jane, bye for now. If you want to see more videos on inclusive and accessible travel, subscribe to BlindishLatina and let me know all your questions in the comments, and I will see you next time.